Hello and welcome. It's Thursday the 2nd of March and I have a tarot card reading for you. I'm going to pick 2 cards and give you a message which I hope will resonate with you in some way or guide you or help you or just be exactly what you needed to hear right now. Okay. Right, one's fallen out. Let's go with it. It's the 2 of Cups. I'm going to pick another card as well and talk about them together. Okay, right. Wow, what a contrast. We've got the 2 of Cups and the 10 of Swords. And as I picked these 2 cards up, and I don't like doing it when I sort of immediately look at the 2 of cards and think about relationships, but I do feel there's a spotlight on our relationships today. The message that I got immediately that I put these 2 cards together was, if it's not right, it's wrong. And that's a very black and white thinking, but it's taking me back to a book that I read many moons ago. And forgive me, I can't remember the name of the author. It was a non-fiction book about, you know, your brain and the fact that you've got this little monkey brain. But I can't think of who it was. I'll have to find out and perhaps put a link in the description. But the point of that is, I remember reading something in that which really triggered me about relationships and saying, you know, if you're in a relationship, and let's just go with partnerships as in loving relationships, but this could also mean business relationships, relationships with children or with your parents. If there's one thing that fundamentally is like a big no, red flag, then that's always going to be there. You know, you might have difference of opinions. You know, people live together for many years and have different views, points of views. But if there's something that you really know bothers you and that you can't get over it, then it's going to kind of eat away at you. And I don't know why I feel compelled to talk about that now, but I guess that's the idea of, you know, when relationships are equal and we're both being very, you know, there's give and take on both sides, I feel, with this particular one. You know, they're both submerged in that water, which leaves them both a little bit vulnerable, but they seem to be completely focused on each other, looking out for each other. And, you know, if we're talking about relationships, well, somebody, this lady's laying here with the swords in her back. She's not put them there herself. Who's done that and where are they now? I feel like I'm giving a very difficult message, but I'm giving a very difficult message because really, you know, our lives are ours to choose which way we get. People treat us in certain ways, but only if we let them. Okay, so as I say, this is a spotlight on relationships. I feel the biggest thing is relationships as in a partnership, a marriage, or, you know, if you're living with somebody or, you know, whatever, your significant other, shall we say. Having a little focus on that and maybe looking at yourself and them, and is it equal? Is there something I'm doing that is perhaps a little bit unfair? Are they doing something that's a little bit unfair? You know, we're assuming it's the other person, but it could actually be us or something that we are doing. But ultimately, you know, I think we all would rather be treated like this than like this, wouldn't we? So if we are being treated like this in any aspect of our life, well, we've got a 10 here. And the 10 is, you know, the swords, which is to do with the mind. It's almost like this is the day when we realise that actually we're worth more than that. We are entitled to have this kind of relationships in our lives. And like I say, this could be a boss or a colleague. It could be a schoolmate. It could be so many people that you have a relationship with. But relationships, I feel today, we're looking at where the give and take is, where the equality is, all right? And if that's not there, is it salvageable? Is that a word? Do you know what I mean? Can we salvage something out of that relationship, or are we just always going to end up feeling like this? How many times? This lady's got 10 swords in her back. Not one. One would probably do you in, wouldn't it? But 10, which suggests to me she's gone round and round and round and repeated the same mistakes over and over again. Or not necessarily mistakes, but just got into the same relationships, got into the same situation. So, you know, we can easily blame the other person, but we have got ourselves into things and got ourselves out of things. So I think this is about making a choice. Making a choice of how you're going to be in a relationship and how you want other people to be and to meet you. Once again, I just want to say that March is a time when we're really being asked to level up and we're all going to shift. So if the message here is that we're going to shift into better relationships, more equal relationships, more loving relationships, more trusting relationships, then that can't be a bad thing. But to do that, it's not just going to magically happen. Have got to do a little bit of thinking about how we can play our part to make that happen. Okay, so I hope that helped. Maybe it was exactly what you needed to hear, or maybe you're sitting there thinking, well, I do know what you mean, I do understand it, but actually I'm fine, I'll be okay. And the question is, you know, are you fine? Do we just want to be fine, or do we want to be brilliant? Okay, I'm back again tomorrow with another tarot card reading for you, so please do join me, and yeah, see what comes up for us all. In the meantime, have a lovely day, and please do like and subscribe to my channel. Okay, have a wonderful day. Bye.